this game. That's the same side that played on the weekend. Roach has got over an injury. Well, his enthusiasm has got him over at any rate. We'll just see how he performs. Scott Gale and Bridge had concussion on the weekend. Jack's also got an ankle problem, and Schofield has also been shouldering an injury for some time. A lot of enthusiasm in the Balmain camp. They've had a pretty hard run to the playoff tonight. As over the ground, the usual display of fireworks for night football at the SCG. And the Rockettes there to form a gateway for the Bears now. Tonight they're led out by Mark Cannon in place of the injured Mark Graham. Martin Bell is fit to play, but there are several changes in the North Sydney lineup. Cannon will lead the side from 5'8", but in there the replacements are French and Simons, and in the pack Richard Smith in for Mark Graham, whose knee has given out on him for tonight, and in the front row it's the old stager Don McKinnon, over 250 games for the Bears, who takes the place of the injured Peter Cross. So it's the last gasp for both teams in this competition. Of course, with the game coming up on Saturday against Manly, it gives the winner a further opportunity, but one wonders, Steve-O, if they can create enough fireworks after a win tonight to keep going in the competition.
I just can't see it. I can't see it, Jim. I really can't. I think it's going to be a lot of pressure out there, and I think both sides have got to look at the financial gain and also the fact that this has got to be their grand final. It's asking a lot for these players. Both sides are harboring a lot of injuries.
Now Conlon kicks off, and it goes right down to the back at Gartner. Gartner bringing it back, and there's the reception. Richard Smith in there, along with Fred Teasdale to make the tackle. It's a calm night, very pleasant conditions here at the cricket ground, and it's Brooks who's going to play it for the Tigers. Hemsley to take it up. Just see how good this defence is. These fellas should be pretty tired after a couple of hard matches only a few days ago. Gale's long kick. Conlon, a man who can break the line. But Bridge is up on him. You remember Bridge going off with concussion in the first half on Saturday. MacArthur.
Well, there's two players in the North Sydney side that really can lift him today, and that's Paul Conlon, the full-back, and of course the half-back John MacArthur. They've got the speed and the skills.
Gavin Jones going in hard, and Hemsley is trying to make the tackle, and the penalty will go to North Sydney. Balmain trying to put Gavin Jones out of action a bit with that tackle there, getting right over the top of him, pinning him down. And a little bit of early heat in the game, dispelled by Mick Stone's authority in the ruck.
Well, it was to be expected, Jim, because I think both sides realise that points on the board early in the piece can often give the opposition time to think about their injuries, and they could fall away late in the game.
Well, that's Don McKinnon, back in first grade for this match in place of Peter Cross. Teasdale gives it. Bella's up there, going powerfully, and Bella recovering from injury to play tonight. North again hitting it up. There's Jones with another crunching run. Hardwick's got hold of him. They've been the big success stories for North, and look how deep they're lined out. Through Cannon. A kick towards touch, and Gartner wasn't even interested. Didn't want to get involved with a knock-on on that kick towards touch. He knows his side will get the feed. A lot of smoke over the ground at the moment. Big fireworks display before the kick-off. No bushfires. Although these Tigers would like to try and set the light. As the man who did it at North Sydney Oval a few weeks back, Scott Gale, scored their only try. Bridge. And North's offside in the backs. All offside. Balmain get their first penalty. And another important factor in tonight's game, again, will be that kicking boot of Ross Conlon.
Certainly will, Jim, but there we saw a shot of Martin Bella. There's got to be a great deal of doubt about his leg injury. And I think we saw there the eagerness of the North Sydney side. They want to come up very, very quickly. I think they're going to throw everything into it in the first 20 minutes, hope they get points on the board early.
Near halfway. That's Sirinen. Sirinen taking a few of them with him. Hemsley. Hemsley going tentatively across that hard middle area of the ground on the cricket pitch. Roach going wide. And a good tackle over there, with French helping out Bella. Gale, Bridge. Martin up fast, back to Gale. Hemsley's got it, he dropped it, and he said play on. Well, Balmain a bit fortunate to keep it going. I think there was a knock-on in there from the high kick, as Hemsley tried to gather it. Bridge misses Jack. Here's Schofield. Conlon's ball to Davidson. And Casey in cover. And Casey penalised. That was undisciplined football from the north centre. And it's a chance for Conlon.
This was really bad play by Casey there. The player is tackled. Referee said also, it's all right trying to assert your authority, not giving away a penalty as silly as that. Especially when Balmain of this man on the paddock, Ross Conlon, had his off day against North Sydney a few weeks ago. Let's see if he can overcome that.
Kicked 3 out of 8 against the Bears at North Sydney, but at Leichhardt last weekend he kicked all 7. On the angle, it's a good-looking kick. Just shaved the upright, and Conlon runs it out. Five minutes gone in the game. North's bringing it back. Martin's there, and look at the Balmain forwards arresting him. Teasdale, that's McKinnon, just motoring it forward for the Bears. Now Conlon. Down to Gary Jack. It's around Martin and tackled over there by Kiss. Elias. Strong tackle from Gavin Jones. Ross Conlon. Schofield. Jack. Gartner on the inside. Good work by Balmain. They've got some good speed out wide. Now it's Bridge. Gale. He sights a bit of a gap. You may see a few holes in the defence after hard matches on the weekend. Some of these fellas will be tired. Roach. Roach has still got it and gave it to Hardwick. Davidson for the corner. Lost it. He ran out of space, trying to squeeze over in the corner. But it was good attack by Balmain.
Also good cover there, especially from Teasdale, the hooker. A good play by Balmain.
Found a few holes there.
It's to be expected, Jim, and I think that the key to this game is, especially for Balmain, they know they've got the speed out wide. And it's pointless and fruitless if they try to play it down the middle.
It's Martin running at Bridge and Hemsley. Teasdale. That's Bella. Lost it. And it'll be a scrum for the knock-on. Balmain unable to take advantage of that error. Gale with the ball. MacArthur makes the tackle. Now it's Bridge with Gartner. Sirinen. There he goes again. Close to getting around the tackle and slipping one of those beautiful passes. Gale. Schofield. Conlon. Inside. Gartner well tackled. Now Gale again. Schofield. Jack. And in the centres, put down by French. Last tackle, Balmain. Schofield. A little kick ahead for Davidson. Paul Conlon's back there. Now can he get out? He can't. The bounce of the ball eluding Paul Conlon.
This was a good kick by the English centre, but it really was good play by Balmain. They're trying to keep the ball alive, switch it from side to side, and tire the Bears. They're putting a lot of pressure on them at the moment.
Steve Casey with the drop up to halfway. Gary Jack manoeuvring. MacArthur in for the tackle. Gale. Brooks comes back into the middle. Richard Smith, the replacement for Mark Graham, is in for the tackle. Roach unloads well to Hemsley. Now Gale again with Breach. Schofield. He didn't really look, just tossed it. Miles in front of Davidson.
Not the best pass here from the centre. The idea was right. And once again, we see Balmain trying to keep this ball alive. It's good tactics.
Tight head Balmain. Gary Breach out to Connon. Here's Jack. Just as well the tackle was made by Cannon. And it's a penalty, and it's against Balmain. Didn't play the ball correctly. North will kick for touch. A nice break for North Sydney. Been feeling a little bit of attacking pressure from Balmain in the last few minutes.
I think their only chance tonight, Jim, is to slow this game right down. Play to the pace of the forwards and hope that Balmain make a few mistakes.
Bella. Surinam came in twice along with Hardwick. McKinnon. Much more easily picked off than Bella. Now it's MacArthur through Cannon. Kick for touch from Cannon. Down towards the corner. Look at this kick. Close to touch. It's going to be useful. They've gained a lot of ground. Look at that. They've got Jack. It's almost as good as finding touch. And Jack has been hurt. He's taken a bump to the scone. Let's see what happened in there. Another fine, controlled kick from Mark Cannon.
Beautiful kick by Cannon here, but you'll notice that the North Sydney players are very reluctant to follow this ball through. They've allowed Gary Jack all the time in the world. And that just goes to prove that a lot of these players are tired from the weekend's games.
Somewhere in there, he got a bump to the head. Jack back in business. And for the first time, North close to Balmain's line, if they can get the ball. Hemsley. Roach again. Full of enthusiasm, Steve Roach, steaming into the play. It's Gale. Look at this fella go. Paul Conlon. One of the best attacking fullbacks in the business. Just lost his boot. And Simon's put down. Teasdale. MacArthur. Richard Smith's ball for Jones. McKinnon dropped it. Straightforward ball, and he dropped it.
Well, that was the first real chance that North Sydney have had. And a bad mistake there. The gap was created. Good work by the forwards.
On the blind, it's Jack with Gartner. And Scott Gale. A good little break by Balmain. Look at him go. Plenty of speed. Picked up by Kiss. Still a chance, it's Hardwick. Through Bridge, out to Schofield. Schofield propping, trying to set it up. Caught by French and Casey. It's Brooks. Brooks to Davidson. Here's a chance, he'll score in the corner. Good work by Balmain. They split them. They backed up well. And the break came wide out. And Davidson had a clear run to the line.
Beautiful play by Balmain. They worked for this. They did the wraparound. Good burst by Brooks and a beautiful pass out wide. A little bit doubtful about that one, but the referee says play on, and this guy knew exactly where it was going. Good wrapper through, and notice the strength. Bend his back through, a beautiful ball. He'd drawn the winger straight to the line.
And there's nothing Mark Cannon could do about it. Desperately trying to cover. They'd split North Sydney on the other side of the field from the scrum with a great run by Gale. And their defence was at 6s and 7s.
Certainly was, Jim, and we said earlier that obviously the tactics of Balmain, they realised that North Sydney got a lot of injuries, probably more than what the Tigers have got. Keep the ball alive. They've got big forwards out there, they'll tire.
Here's Conlon, and he took that one. So 2 shots, no goals for Conlon. Balmain ahead with 26 minutes to go in this first half. And North Sydney, a lot to do to get themselves going tonight. They've missed 9 tackles and dropped the ball twice so far. Because Balmain have had an extra day's break. North's playing on Sunday, Balmain last Saturday. But the main difference is that Norths have got 4 players out, Balmain none. 4 pretty good players, including Mark Graham. Here's Hardwick. Sirinen in the middle, a handful for the defence again, Paul Sirinen. It's Gale with Bridge. Schofield again. They're running it at Gartner's wing. Good run back inside the support. The good kick. Oh, Bridge very nearly had it. Good work by Balmain. That almost came off. It would have been a beauty had Bridge been able to take that little kick of Schofield's. And North get the penalty. It's against the Lions.
A silly play after getting themselves into a very good position with some beautiful football. And quite frankly, Jim, I think we're beginning to see the start of the writing on the wall. Gaps are appearing in the Bears' defence all over the shop.
Now MacArthur to McKinnon. MacArthur again. And Hemsley's over the top of him. Bella. Another great run by Bella. He's had a wonderful season after coming down from Brisbane. Always makes ground. Norths need a few more of those tonight. Smith trying to get around Schofield. Good work by the English centre. Bottled him up. Gavin Jones. It's Martin. And it's a handover. North's not keeping good count there. Going into the tackle as Hardwick takes it back. Here's Elias.
It really showed the inexperience of the skipper, Mark Cannon.
Ross Conlon linking again towards Schofield, out towards Gartner's wing. They're running that right-hand side often, and with success. Gale. It's Elias looking for touch and finding it too. Getting the pressure on North. They're going to wander back into position.
Well, It really was a precision kick.
North have yet to win a scrum. They won't have to. They've got a penalty. Feet across, Elias. I'd rather have a penalty every time, wouldn't you?
I think that's the best decision of that.
Conlon. Okay, North. There's McKinnon. The North forwards were so dominant 2 weeks ago at North Sydney Oval, and apart from Bella, not really having quite the impact.
Well, they're obviously tired, Jim, and let's not forget that their skipper, Mark Graham, not out in the paddock. He does a lot of work that a lot of people don't realise. He creates so much work, so much openings for the forwards.
Now it's Cannon as they try to spread it. On halfway, North down 4-0. Casey's a dummy half. And it's chipped ahead by MacArthur. And Davidson can't get hold of it. An awkward one to handle. And it came from Davidson. So North have a chance now. They'll feed the scrum. Look at this kick.
Well, anything can happen in the rugby league game. And he should have gone for it with his hands.
And it's a penalty to Balmain this time. It's against MacArthur. Not in straight. He wants a further explanation.
Got away with a good kick. Didn't get away with a feed.
Now it's Gale. Hemsley out wide. Roach. And Martin over there for the tackle.
The Balmain forwards, Jim, are making ground every time they get the ball. There you see they're getting across that advantage line.
And again, Schofield can't find Davidson with the pass. Davidson must be wondering if Schofield is going to line him up before the night's through. Brooks did earlier and put him away for a try. Schofield, I think, is saying, I'd rather throw it out to Gardner. Because every time he goes the other side, they make ground.
Well, Jim, it's the tactics that they've been told to do. Try to get the ball out wide, and he's trying things, just not too much success.
He's certainly creating the opportunities all the time, even though occasionally it goes awry. Here's McKinnon for North. They're trying to power it back up in the forwards. Teasdale's there. Here's MacArthur. Back to Cannon. MacArthur again. Les Kiss. Last tackle for the Bears. It's Cannon. The grubber kick. And Davidson waiting. It's around Simons.
Good play by the wingman. He dropped back. He realised that the kick was on. And also running out exceptionally well.
Balmain last played in a playoff for the semis in 1975. And they lost to Wests, who had a great spurt that year. Here's Hardwick. Roach. Oh, good play. Look at this. Here's Gale. Conlon. He could have been tackled before he got the ball there. It was touch and go. I think he may have just said something quietly to the referee about it. You have a look.
Well, there we see the problem here. Just an ankle tap there as Gale got the ball away. No, everything was in order. Conlon had every time to pick that up.
Yep. And also got to play it down. It's MacArthur. He's hurt his hand.
Once again, Jim, we saw that previous play. They're allowing Balmain to really get over that advantage line. And that takes it out of you in defence.
Cannon. Oh, he could have found Conlon. Conlon was sweeping through on the inside, but he was checked. That's French. Someone pick it up. Cannon cleaned it up. And North, a bit flat-footed, looking a bit tired. That's McKinnon. Roach went high.
And missed.
Just as well, for McKinnon's sake. That's Jones. And it's a good ball to Martin. Martin's made the break. He can't get Kiss position. He had a great finisher outside him. Now Cannon. And a solid bump in there from Brooks. Very solid bump on Conlon. Casey's ball out to Simons. Harassing defence from Davidson. Last tackle for North. Bella puts in the kick and drives it into touch. Well, that was North's best play of the game.
That's going to be the key to their success. They're going to win this game. They've got to use their forwards. And that hit by Brooks, he did a lot of damage early in the game on Saturday.
Now Roach has been spoken to after that scrum. There was some talk about the game that Don McKinnon would be looking for Roach, but they're not packing against each other. It's Hemsley and McKinnon, and it's left behind by Gale and knocked on. Balmain had won the scrum. North have had a tremendous year, even if they were to bow out tonight. It's been a great performance as a club because they finished 4th in the club championship. Conlon, that's French. Cannon, they're going backwards at the moment. Kiss.
Well, you're certainly right about Noel City having a great season. You've got to take your hat off to Brian Norton. He's done a good job with these players. Irrespective of the outcome of this game, they can feel proud they've done their best.
That's MacArthur losing it to Casey. Casey does well. Here's MacArthur. A good run by MacArthur. Oh, and he's going to score. Well done, North Sydney. That is the reward for controlling the ball. And MacArthur it was who backed up the score. You watch it.
Determination on Casey here. And McCarthy, well, didn't really get a good ball, but watch Casey, juggles it. This is determination, good step. And the man who made a mistake in the first place, watch him go. And a good palm off. That's good play by the halfback. This is sheer determination. Now, a little bit of a mix-up here. Juggle of the ball. Casey said, I've still got it. Hemsley, a poor attempt. And the speed. But watch the fend. Not many do that to the Australian fullback.
Great determination by North. So they clearly outplayed in the first 20 minutes. They bounced back with a good try. And the Balmain defence near the ruck, a bit like the Balmain defence we saw in the second half last week against South.
Well, it could well have been a case of that Balmain early in the game, they were making so much inroads, so many gaps, their confidence really took over.
Paul Conlon, a chance to put North in front. And he does it. 13 minutes left in the first half. And the Bears lead the Tigers by 2. So Balmain, a little bit of reorganising to do to get their machine back on the road again. McKinnon knocking it down. And it's Richard Smith taking it up.
Full credit to the Bears. They really weren't on the rack early in the piece. They've calmed things down, used their forwards to great effect.
Teasdale, Conlon, surrounded. Good chasing by Balmain. Smith, and in goes Elias. The Balmain lifting themselves after that try. Les Kiss getting the kick in, down towards Davidson. Davidson versus Simons. Davidson wins. If they pick him up. Conlon. Gale. A bit flat-footed. Look out. Oh, there was almost an intercept out there for French. Schofield caught by Kiss. Balmain moving pretty slowly at the moment. Now it's Brooks. Elias. That's Roach. Hemsley. That's Bridge. Conlon. Knocked down by the Bears. French has put it on the deck. Count starts again for Hardwick. Bridge. Back into the middle. This will put the pressure back on North. They've had to absorb quite a bit. Roach. Conlon's ball for Gartner back inside. Just 2 metres out. Ross Conlon. North's up fast. Gartner spears it back to Brooks. Brooks a good charge. Just a metre out, Balmain. Gale. Now wants Conlon. And knocked on by Gale. An awkward ball. And North pick it up. Good work by North there. They must be tired, but they stopped them.
Good play by both sides. Balmain keeping the ball alive, and North led away.
Here's MacArthur off Conlon. Back up to halfway. Simons to play it. Good recovery from the Bears. Cannon. That's Smith. Teasdale out to Jones. Peter Martin. On halfway, the Bears. McKinnon. Great defence there by Brooks again. He loves the head-on stuff. Richard Smith, a little pass out there for Gavin Jones. We're up to the last tackle. Hoisted by MacArthur. Davidson back there. And Gary Jack in support. Beautifully tackled by French. It's Scott Gale slipping underneath Bella. Bridge.
For both sides, obviously tired, Jim, but they really are keeping this ball alive. It's entertaining football.
Roach. Gale. Bridge. Schofield. Here comes Smith. Fine tackle. And it'll be a penalty to Balmain. Trying to rip the ball away. Teasdale.
Well, I think Schofield may be a little bit lucky here. He's trying to get the ball away, and, well, you can't really see from that angle.
So Balmain back to halfway. They're down by 2. Here's Gartner. Hardwick. Hemsley. Gale with Bridge. Gale again. Out to Jack. And Casey, a fine tackle there. Scott Gale again. Last one on its way for the Tigers. It's Bridge. Bombing it towards Conlon and Simons. Norse may have been a bit fortunate there. Have a look at this.
Towering kick, but full credit to Davidson. The Balmain winger really has caused a lot of trouble for his opposite, Andrew Simons. Put him under a lot of pressure there.
Now Bridge with Conlon. The jack. Here's a chance. Gartner's out there, but what a tackle. Magnificent tackle from Conlon. Here's Conlon. Pops it up to Jack. A metre out, Balmain. Good control of the ball. Schofield through the pass, and Conlon's been ruled offside.
But you can't blame the fullback.
I don't think there's much doubt when the play started he was offside. But he probably saved the try.
There's no doubt about that, Jim.
And Conlon hasn't been successful so far. This kicks on the angle. And it also gives the Bears a bit of a breather. They've had to do some defence in this half. And they've yielded only one try. They've made 93 tackles to Balmain's 83, with Richard Smith, Mark Graham's replacement, leading the count with 15 tackles.
That's a great effort. They realise they started off North Sydney very shaky. And full credit to them, they've come back with a lot of vengeance. A lot of pride out there.
Just over 6 minutes left in the first half of this playoff for 5th position. Conlon's third shot of the night. Just to level the scores. It's swinging, but not enough. It started on the upright and stayed there.
Well, his problems against the Bears in the kicking department continues.
It's a different story away from Leichhardt for him. Though he's kicked quite well on this ground over the years. Tonight, he's just offline. Here comes Jack. Gale, Sirenen. Another strong run from the big man. Stamping himself again as a kangaroo prospect. Gale's ball cuts out from Conlon to Jack. They're running it at Gartner again. And good cover. North making the tackles when they have to. It was Bella and Teasdale across that time. Now Elias out to Brooks. Brooks unloads it to Elias again. And Brett French is in there. Conlon. Davidson gets the pass this time. And covered up by MacArthur. Last tackle on its way for Balmain. Gale putting up the high one towards Conlon. Here comes Bridge and Elias and Schofield. 4 minutes left in this half. It's Teasdale. Kiss. McKinnon.
Well, it may be a pretty low-scoring game so far, with North still holding that 6-4 lead over Balmain. But I suspect in this second half, I think we're going to see tries galore, Jim. There's a lot of gaps appearing in both defences.
Here comes Jack. About 6 North players there. Nowhere for Jack to go. Conlon. Great spirit in the Bears camp this year, and they've shown that tonight at Sirenen. They've stuck to their guns after clearly being outplayed for 20 minutes. Here's Roach. That's a lovely pass for Brooks. Now Elias. Gale's ball to Conlon. This is Bridge. Hemsley. Elias goes straight. Back to Hemsley. Gale's got it. More backing up. Brooks. Lots of passes in that. But not got a ground gain. Here comes the last tackle. Elias booting it towards Conlon. And Elias chasing it through, but Hardwick makes the tackle. And Conlon's been hurt. He was in doubt with an injury from Sunday's game before this match, and it looks like he's taken a bump on that protected knee in the tackle.
Good fend by the fullback, but just lined himself up, and you can see him twisting around. That really is awkward for any player.
And Conlon has had some very, very good games recently, although he hasn't always found the supports. A young player who's learning the game and learning it very quickly. So it's McKinnon. The Bears will be quite happy to go in 2 points up at half-time.
They certainly would, Jim, because they've weathered the early storm that Balmain threw into it, and the gaps there, it's been desperation defence, but it's been good.
It's Conlon's kick over the head of Jack. Gained about 80 metres to date. Davidson's there. Two minutes left. 2 points the difference. North's in front. Conlon. Schofield. Here we go again. Out towards Gartner's wing. Gale. Sirenen. McKinnon goes in after him. The arrest is made by Martin and Bella. Elias. Elias scrambles to the head. Makes another 10. Here's the last tackle. Gale. Straight to Kiss. Around Brooks. Look at Kiss go. It's really opening up. Les Kiss, lots of pace. Looks for support. And Jack made the good tackle, but it really opened up. Balmain was sleeping. MacArthur. Back to Casey.
That's one thing Balmain have got to realise. They can't just give them kicks. There was no pressure on Kiss. He's got plenty of speed. You can't allow him that much space.
Smith now looks inside. Here's Kiss again. Kiss steps well. And Teasdale's down about 30 out from the line. Martin. Field goal from Cannon. Yes, he's kicked it. Mark Cannon's kicked the field goal. And Mark Cannon has kicked a number of those this year. Look at this kick.
A great psychological lift here for the Bears. 16 seconds remaining on the clock, and adding that extra point. That's psychology plus. Good thinking.
1 second to go in this first half. The siren goes. They're all looking at the clock. So at half-time, let's look at the position. North, with a converted try and a field goal, lead Balmain. Just that solitary try to Davidson. 3 points ahead. There should be some great action in the second half. No changes to the side for the start of the second half. North and Balmain both intact. And the North coach, Brian Norton, has called for quicker ball to his backs, a bit more control of the forwards, whereas Frank Stanton wants more commitment in defence. Steve-O, with the Bears in front, can they hold on? Can they keep going on and win it?
That's going to be their big problem, the fitness factor. I think Balmain, they'll still try to keep this ball alive. It's no good trying to play it down the middle, because that really is what North want.
So North bring it back through McKinnon, and Roach makes the tackle. There may be no replacements yet, but I'm sure there will be. You could see signs of tiredness in the first half, and another 40 minutes of hard football will really wear them down. As Jones goes up, he lost it, and McKinnon stumbled with it.
That's the sort of mistake that Balmain were looking for in the early part of this second half. And despite it being a very close game, Jim, I think we're going to have a big score at the end.
Schofield almost around Casey, who just got him by the coattail. Bridge. Smith's over there, making the tackle with Mark Cannon. Okay, Hardwick. Elias, back to Gale. Sirinen. Roach backing up. Conlon's ball for Jack. Now Davidson. MacArthur tackled him beautifully. Perfect covering tackle by John MacArthur, who's done a fine job as the halfback since Murchie became injured. Might have been a bit sus that pass, but MacArthur made a good tackle. Smith. It's Bella. Bella obviously feeling the pinch with the leg injury in the first half. He missed 5 tackles and made only 8. Casey's kick straight to Jack. It's Gale. Setting it up for Schofield. Gale, Roach. Offside North. Well offside. A chance for Conlon. This is his easiest attempt so far tonight, and he's missed with his first 3 shots. He should kick this one.
I'm not so sure that Balmain was all too keen about receiving that penalty. Elias was away, seeing the gap. This should be a gift 2 points to Ross Conlon.
Conlon this year, 164 points. About 20 behind Terry Lamb, who's the #1 scorer. And Conlon at last is on the board for Balmain with his boot. First successful kick in 4 shots, 1 point the difference, 4 minutes into the second half.
North Sydney have to realise that it's no point in just kicking the ball right down the throat of Gary Jack, and also Balmain. They've got to keep that ball low, make it awkward for the fullbacks.
Jack trapping it. Teasdale over there, along with Richard Smith. It's Elias. Hemsley. Gale. Down towards Conlon and into touch. Eddie Simons and Conlon into touch.
That's a lot better kick from Gale, kicking into open spaces. As I said before, no point in giving the opportunity to the fullback to run onto the ball.
Teasdale's on the ground and North get the penalty. And he's penalised Elias. I wonder what he would have done if he'd been on the open side of the scrum. No, hookers never cheat. They're just unlucky.
I never did, Jim. I don't think, anyway.
You ever thought of taking up refereeing? Dennis Braybrook's looking for a few volunteers.
I'm not that silly.
It's Martin Bella to play it. Dropped over there by Gavin Jones, and Hemsley's onto it. There's Gale. So North's coming up with a few handling errors in the second half. Here's Roach. Now it's Elias, back to Gale. Conlon, Jack. Back to Gale. Gale goes ahead. Well done, North. If Brett French hadn't done that, I think Schofield could have been in for a try. Look at this.
Good play by Balmain. They kept the ball alive, and French, Johnny on the spot here. This was try time.
And a penalty to Balmain from the scrum. They've got a penalty. Feet across against the North's front row. A differential penalty to Balmain. And further opportunities for them. They've had a couple of penalties so far in this half. 2 in the first 7 minutes.
Well, the forwards will probably take it up tight, and they'll try a long ball out wide.
Davidson. Hardwick. Might flick it back to the blind. Gale gives it to Hemsley. Pops it up, and Gale loses it. Oh, he could have scored. He's lost the ball. And he's going to pull them back for that knock-on in goal as he's rolled it, which is a tap to North on the quarter. See this. Look at this.
This was try time.
Whoops. It's Jones. Teasdale. Bella. Here's Richard Smith. Touched by the Balmain side. That's Bella. That's Casey. He dislocated his finger in goal. It's Teasdale. North with 12 men just at the moment. MacArthur. French. Good ball to Conlon. Back to French. Kiss outside. And Sirinen makes the tackle. Scrapping for Steve Casey. Kiss down towards the Balmain quarter. And Balmain, after bombing that try, having their hands full with North here. MacArthur putting in the grubber, but Hemsley's there.
It really was a wasted kick by North Sydney.
Casey still on the sideline. Davidson gets it. And Casey coming back onto the ground after having his fingers strapped up. Hardwick slips. Roach. Support, please. 2 of them overran it. Gale.
Well, the gaps are appearing. It's just the finishing has been a bit offline.
Elias. Here comes Simons. The Bears leading by a point. That's Conlon. MacArthur. This is what he didn't pass it to Jones, who'd overrun him. Bella. Teasdale. Now Conlon. Down to Jack. Bridge with Gartner. Tackled by MacArthur. Gale. Probing for another opening. Elias with Roach. Elias again. Here comes the last one for Balmain, down a point. Gale, Schofield, Conlon, Jack is out there, so's Brooks. It's a handover. Forwards out in the backs.
Wasted play by Balmain there. They should have kicked deep, kept the pressure on.
Clayton Friend warming up on the sideline. Here goes MacArthur. A great break by MacArthur. And Les Kiss tackled over there by Jack, just in the nick of time. North bounce back. Cannon throws the ball to Conlon. There's Martin. Another pass. Oh, Bella couldn't handle it. Now, Friend's coming on.
For North Sydney is number 17.
Now, the question is, who's he going to replace? Because MacArthur's been going well, and it looks like MacArthur is coming off.
Well, I can't understand that. And the look of amazement on McCarthy's face, he can't either.
He replaces number 7 for North, who's leaving the field.
His cover defence has been excellent, and he scored the try.
I really can't weigh that one up at all, Jim.
Hardwick. He made 14 tackles while he was on the field, MacArthur, and he was the key man in the try. Norton's replaced him as Gale finds touch.
But more to the point, Jim, there's been 5 vital tackles that he's brought off, try-saving tackles. And irrespective, I mean, Clayton Friend coming back from that injury, he can't be as fit. Unless it's something we don't know about McCarthy, but the look on his face indicated to me that he wanted to stay on.
Tonight's attendance, ladies and gentlemen, 10,788.
It goes out to Bridge, then Jack. And Friend over there for the tackle. Gale. Elias. Running into Bella.
Good play by the hooker. That's where the gaps are appearing. These forwards are tiring. It's obvious.
Gale to Bridge. Now to Schofield. Here's Conlon with Jack. Jack cutting inside. North make the tackles. They've got to keep doing it, though. Here goes Roach. And he lost it. And Friend picks it up. It's McKinnon. Glenn Stanton ready to come on for the Tigers. Conlon. The ball went loose. And the Tigers have got it. Hardwick out to Conlon. Davidson. Around Jones. But not Martin. It's the last tackle, is it? Well, it goes to Bridge. Now out to Gale. Gale caught. No, still a couple to go. Elias. It's Roach. Stacks on the mill to control Steve Roach. Balmain down by a point. There's Serenin. Here's the last tackle. A field goal to level it. A bomb may bring a try. Gale's got the chance. He bombs it. Davidson's flying through at this. And it's well taken by Conlon. 25 minutes left. North Sydney leads 7-6. And Paul Conlon's knee is giving him trouble. This time I think it's cramp. He's down with cramp.
A little bit deep here from Gale, but full credit to the fullback. Kept his eye on the ball all the time. This is how it should be done. Never left his eye off that ball, despite he knew that the forwards were coming for him.
Gary Bridge is being replaced. Paul Bevan, who replaced him last week, is coming on.
It's really turning out into a tactical game. It looks like another substitute coming on for North Sydney.
As Conlon still getting attention for a little cramp. Steve Hansen striding out. Gavin Jones. Took a bit to upset him. It's Teasdale. Bella. Now Jones. Back to Gary Jack. Brett French is there along with Smith. Oh, he managed to get it away to Bevan. And Bevan ankle tapped by Clayton Friend. And then flung to the deck by Les Kiss. That's Hardwick. Gale. And Elias. Gavin Jones on the deck. Here's Bevan. And Balmain pretty close again. It's Gale. Looks for support. Hardwick. Field goal from Elias. Yes, he's kicked it. Elias levels the scores. Benny Elias. That versatile player. He's a halfback, he's a hooker, he's an organiser. He throws the passes, and now he kicks a field goal.
Good thinking by the skipper. May as well go away with 1 point.
It's Gavin Jones. Gavin Jones is coming off the field.
And it doesn't look good, Jim.
Gavin Jones nursing his arm there after going down in the tackle. So Gavin Jones looks like a nasty injury there. Hopefully it's just bruising, nothing worse. I think Steve Hansen's gone on the paddock. The touch judge is reporting to the referee about it. Now what's happening here? He says replacements can't come on until the man's been replaced.
Well, I wish the referee had stopped the clock, which he hasn't done yet.
Now Bella's going off. How many men have they got on the field there?
Still going.
Bella's off. We've seen Hansen go on. Well, they got me confused now. I think there are only 12 men out there. So Gale's going to bring it back. Well, Bella was the logical one to be replaced. I think that's what was going to happen when Hansen came out. They were going to replace Bella, but then Jones got injured, so they're playing one short.
And here he comes. Here's the substitute.
It's Big Olsen. Big Olsen with the tree trunk legs is coming out. And Sirinen was taking it up for the Tigers. Olsen Filipina.
Well, will the big Kiwi...
Look at this. Elias from dummy half. Balmain opened them up. Bevan backing up. The support out wide. Awkward pass for Gartner. Had to clean it up. Did well. Here goes Schofield for the corner. Now back inside, and Norse recover in the nick of time to bundle him into touch. Just about cleaned up Tim Robertson on the sideline.
Well, I have to be critical of the English centre there. A good break by the skipper, Elias. No one in support. Threw a long ball through. Stone, the referee, nearly went for a tumble. Now, Gartner gets the ball to Schofield, and Schofield really should have gone down. It was vital to keep possession there.
Filipina hugged by the defence. 20 minutes to go, 7-all. That's Kiss. And Kiss just about getting clear. So we're into the desperation period here. The last 20 minutes. Martin surging ahead for them. Both sides throwing everything into the attack. Plenty of opportunities with it. Some tired defence on both sides.
The next try, Jim, is going to seal it. I think you'll see a runaway then. They're throwing everything into it, both sides.
Cannon. Last tackle coming up for the Bears. Wearily back into position. Casey swings at the Conlon. Gary Jack, beautifully poised. Davidson, chased by Friend, Smith and McKinnon.
Both sides are going to run themselves to standstill, really.
It's Gale. Oh, yes, just like North Sydney Oval. And again, here's the chase. Who's going to win the race for it? Gale's close. He scores. Scott Gale has scored a magnificent try, just like the second round when he kicked and regathered the score. That time he did it twice, and Balmain are in front. Watch this great individual try.
Beautiful play by Gale. Went for the Quinoa. That's his first one. Gets the first place, and this is the second place coming up. Determination. Realised that Conlon was out of position. Fall back and straight in. A great try. You could see no one was home here. And this is what occurs when tired sides. Desperation, speed. Pulling out everything. Got the bounce. Turns. And that's what Balmain needed.
Well, Gale, in a way, making amends too for dropping the ball with the line open 10 minutes ago. He had his chance to score the try then. But what can North produce after that effort from Balmain? Balmain favoured after North had all those changes before the match, but it's taken Balmain quite a time to get into a position where it looks as though now they should win it. But 18 minutes to go. Maybe North can lift themselves again as they did in the first half. Here's Conlon's 5th shot of the night. He's only had one success. And this is his second success. A 6-point break for the Tigers with 18 minutes to go.
It really is a case of North Sydney not panicking now. It's going to be very difficult for them. They realise the uphill struggle that they had before the game with all those injuries. But now they really are facing adversity.
It's Conlon's kick. Down to Hardwick. Roach.
Of course, let's not forget, Jim, that Balmain, they're famous for falling asleep.
Sirinen close to the ruck. Balmain driving it up hard. Now Elias. Back to Conlon. Conlon doing well there. Balmain's defence initially ineffective. It's Kiss. They steal it. Teasdale says, why can't I go on with that one? They knocked the ball down, I picked it up.
Well, I tend to agree. Unless, of course, Stone has given that Ben Elias did knock on, but if it's a Balmain feed, then it's no.
Balmain are feeding the scrum. And Gale's come away with it. Well, I think Norths were a bit stiff there. Very stiff.
Say that again.
There's Jack. And Jack ran into the referee, so perhaps justice within 30 seconds has been done, except that it'll be Balmain to feed the scrum. Okay, we've got Jack again. Clayton Friend grabs him. Gartner. Elias. A pile driver, play on to Hemsley. Gale. And Elias is still down, no surprise, after being smashed into the concrete-like surface of the SCG. It's Roach. There's Elias, still pretty groggy. He copped one there. And what he copped was this concrete ground. Bevan. Hemsley Elias on one foot. He goes for another field goal. Look at this. He's kicked it. He's kicked the field goal. Beware the injured footballer. He was on half a leg, holding onto his ribs. He had nowhere to go, so he said, look at this, fellas. Field goal number 2 for Elias.
Tremendous captain's knock. It must have been very close, though. Referee Stone was right in line. A little bit difficult angle.
7-point break for Balmain now. 14 minutes left. A variation in the kick. Elias is there again. Mike Nikito about to come on for the Tigers. It's Elias. That's Bevan's pass. Sirinen dropped it. Clayton Friend onto it.
Well, it was to be expected that both sides making a lot of mistakes. There's gaps all over the place. They're tired.
There's French.
And I can't help feeling, Jim, that Manly coach Bobby Fulton will be enjoying this game. Both sides really running themselves to a standstill.
Filipina. Friend, Hansen. And Smith. Good little run by Smith. He's beat the defence to back up from Martin. Martin heads for the line that covers across, and Gary Jack gets him. Well, the Balmain defence opened right up that time. It goes out to McKinnon, unloaded. Oh, to one of your players, please. That's Smith. Tossing it to Hansen, close to forward. Hansen kicks ahead. Bevan's chasing it, and he takes it dead. Well, North, what an opportunity they had there. With a bit more support, they could have scored it. Well, that's Roach, who's being replaced. He popped his shoulder on the weekend, so he did well to back up today. He's made 23 tackles, the big man. Marquito's replaced him, and Conlon's been called out for something behind the play that the touch judge didn't miss. 12 minutes left. The Bears down by 7 points.
And they're not going to give in. That was a great run by Richard Smith, taking the place of injured Mark Graham, the skipper. He certainly had a great game tonight.
French. Cannon. That's Friend. That's Teasdale's pass out to French. French has split it. Here's Teasdale. He kicks ahead. There's a chase on. It goes in goal. It goes dead. Now the touch judge is on. It could be a late tackle penalty here, as Norths have another replacement running out there, Simon Brockwell.
Well, I can't help feeling, going back to that midway through the second half, Jim, when Brian Norton took up John MacArthur.
There'll be a penalty over here to North for a late tackle. And it's Davidson who's going to be called up. Must have gone late on Teasdale, or some obstruction after that kick. Righto, Steve-O, away you go.
Well, I'm just saying, Jim, that I can't understand why Brian Norton brought off John MacArthur. He was one of the few players that was making inroads, as well as his great cover defence. I get the feeling that North Sydney haven't got a player out there. I mean, OK, Richard Smith made that tremendous break, but they really don't have a player out in the paddock that can do something individually. And that's what they need, very, very quickly.
There's Wacker, the emu, in the background. And Conlon is going to have a shot from close to touch, because Norths are down by 7 points. They need this and a converted try to win it, and they have 10 minutes left. It's only Paul Conlon's second shot tonight. And he's had trouble with that right leg. It's worried him. Some cramp, a knee problem. He's hooked it. Well short of the post as well. Gary Jack.
Well, the time's ticking away for the North Sydney Bears. 7 points down, 14-7 the Balmain Tigers lead. Just 10 minutes remaining.
Marquito plays it. Elias again. It's Brooks. Elias. That scrum's going to collapse, and Balmain are going to get the penalty for it. He's penalised North for collapsing the scrum.
I don't think they could do anything about it. The intense pressure that Balmain exerted there, pushing through from the second row. You probably heard Elias shout out lost, and that gave them the green light to push North Sydney back.
They had absolutely no choice. They were in recession. Balmain have won heaps of ball tonight too, 12-5 in the scrums. There's Gardner.
And this man at dummy half, great game, not only in the pack and in defence. Made some really good runs from the half-back position.
This is a penalty against McKinnon and Brockwell. They're ripping it away. And North may be a bit stiff sometimes in the second half. I think they've been on the end of a few dubious ones. There was one occasion when the ball was dropped and he ruled a scrum, and it was nearly knocked out by Balmain.
And he was given the Balmain feed.
Yep.
But you can't help but admire both sides, Jim. They really have given it everything.
Conlon having this long-range shot. He shouldn't really have any trouble with the distance. It's just a matter of accuracy. Get an idea of the quality of this ground under lights. Magnificent lighting here. Great venue for it. Now Conlon. Is it straight? No. No doubt about the length of it. And unfortunately for the Bears, Paul Conlon took the ball and put his foot into touch and goal.
Well, Peter Martin talking to the referee there, but there's no doubt about it.
You can see it all. He put his foot on the line. Casey restarts it. That's Sirinen.
He's made a lot of ground as his second rower. He's done his kangaroo chances a lot of good tonight.
5 metres out, Balmain. 6 minutes to go. A try will wrap it up for sure. That's Gale. Schofield. Hansen got him. Gale. Marquito.
Well, the Bears aren't giving up. They're still going in ferocious into those tackles.
Nice flick to Jack. Beautiful play by Elias and Jack. They've developed a great combination in the last few seasons. Field goal from Gale this time. He misses it. Gale missed it. They had the wrong man there. Benny Elias should have been standing back, and Gale at dummy half.
This really was beautiful play by Elias and Jack. And a great effort on the North Sydney side in the defence. The amount of pressure that has been applied by Balmain, they've made most of the breaks. And I think they're a little bit confused that they haven't scored more tries.
Teasdale.
Some of the desperation tackles by North Sydney tonight has been tremendous.
Olsen, the big man, gives it to Conlon. Cannon. Down towards touch and Gary Jack. Jack around a couple of those forwards. Tackle by French.
Less than 5 minutes to go.
French Stanton giving instructions on the bench to Johnny Owens back there. It's Marquito. Gale. Touched by North. They're all onside. Simons has got the ball. That's Conlon. McKinnon. And of course, a number of the North Sydney players who've come on as reserves will be playing next Saturday in the reserve grade elimination match, as Philippine is in all sorts of trouble on his line and very nearly concedes a try. It's been North and Balmain, in fact, playing in reserve grade in the elimination match. As Olsen Filipino, whoops, look out, very nearly a try there to Schofield.
That was typical play from a side that's absolutely deadbeat. They've given their all.
North have had to make 210 tackles to Balmain's 156 so far. Marquito. Elias with Gale. It's Bevan. Hemsley. Gale. Out to Conlon. Conlon back into the middle.
Well, that's what we've seen all night. Balmain making those breaks, but desperation defence. It's been the order of the day of North Sydney. They can feel proud.
Count starts again. North desperate for the ball. Here's Brooks close to the line. So they've got 6 more tackles. 5 now. Fired back to Sirinen. Sirinen had to turn to take the pass. Lost his momentum. Elias, he lost it. Gale's got it, but there's a knock-on. So time just about up. And congratulations to North Sydney for a splendid effort this season. It'll be Balmain to fight another day. And what a tough one it'll be against Manly on Saturday. North Sydney to carry on the fight in reserve grade against Balmain in the elimination match on Saturday. That's it, Olsen Filipina.
Well, the first grade has shown a lot of encouragement tonight for that reserve grade side to carry on.
Dropped by French. And it'll be a scrum again.
Most people came to this ground before expecting quite an easy win to Balmain because of the North Sydney injuries. And I don't think you can take anything away from either side. They've given everything. I think Balmain didn't expect to have it so tough.
Now it's Gale, who's 15 metres out. Conlon half through. Schofield, Gartner for the corner, and they've got him into touch. North Sydney gritty till the end, with Cannon and Conlon over there in cover defence. They want to keep their line intact, even though the game is gone. And there was great cover defence here, Conlon and Cannon with a push.
That just typified the effort of North Sydney tonight. Right to the very last second. They're not going to throw the towel in.
That's Bren. And there's the siren, it's all over. Balmain into the elimination semi-final against Manly on Saturday with a